Previously on Mechanists RPG.
But I'm going to bluff him.
You're going to bluff him. Okay.
I'm going to say, we are special envoys of the king, and you must tell us all you know.
Oh, God.
Blimey, I didn't know you guys were envoys of the king! And so he starts spilling everything he knows. It's fairly obvious he's talking about the Fox Knight.
Whoa. We know about the Fox Knight. We know a shit ton about the Fox Knight.
And now, the adventure continues. Your sea legs going!
I'm gonna make you roll that again because that was on recording.
That's a nat 20. You give me that nat 20.
No, eighth, you need to roll a d20 to see how much of a hangover you have the next morning. You need to roll or I'm gonna roll for you.
Oh, motherfucker.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Is it rolling now?
Yes, it's rolling now.
I swear to God, if I roll like a 1 or something, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Nat
on you.
1. Nat 1.
19.
Oh, not bad.
That's like 1 off from a natural 20. What would I have gotten if I had rolled a natural 20?
Like super amazing rest bonus.
Awesome.
So now I'm just gonna give you a decent rest bonus. So you have +1 to all the tests that you're gonna make that day.
Yeah. Let's do it again.
Not 1 die, just 1 to whatever the test result is. You guys wake up.
Did you not like it?
No, I like it. It's not helping my general malaise.
You guys wake up. Is there anything specific you want to do in the morning before hitting the road?
No.
I'll leave 50 silver pieces for Gianna because my companions terrified her.
Okay.
I kick everyone in the ass and say, let's go, we're not doing this anymore.
I would like to
Except for you.
chew out
You, I
the
kick you in
inn's
the ass.
stable boy because he didn't wipe down the horses well
Okay.
before he put them up for the night.
So you are going to roll persuasion because that's intimidate against Colin Moleskin, who is the kid, who's the like 15-year-old boy who is now outside.
With your butt fish going to see.
Alright, that's
Thanks,
9
Bob.
You're welcome.
because that's 2.
Yeah. So he's kind of startled at you, and he says, "Oh, I'm really sorry. No one's taught me a different way."
Okay, well, I'm going to take a few minutes to show him what he needs to do and talk to him about wiping down the horses before they cool off.
So roll knowledge.
No.
No, roll
Knowledge.
animal handling.
Okay.
Roll animal handling.
It's the same.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you succeed.
So
So you take some time, and and so you get to know the kid pretty well, and so you're on pretty good terms with him by the end, and he seems like a fairly good kid. I don't think you find out that the Dag and Meg Moleskin are his grandparents, and that he's their grandson, and that he works for them as a stable hand. And then in the course of your conversations as you're teaching him, you also learn that there was a guy who he recognized as one of the first I should say when the only other horse he's had in contact with recently is the Fox Knight's horse. And when he left, the Fox Knight was on horse and everybody else was traveling on foot. And also, he noticed that one of the recruited mercenaries, and Colin says, I think his name was Dan or Stan or something like that, had stopped by early the previous morning looking for horses that were on sale. And when Colin said that they didn't have any horses for sale, that mercenary continued traveling south along Kings Road, southeast.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Alright. So are we gonna head out?
So yeah, saddle up and head out.
While we're on the road, I want to work on healing troops.
Okay, yeah, so we should do that. So then you roll endurance, right?
Healing.
Right, I roll healing.
You roll healing.
And I think I have to meet a 9.
Okay.
Was that right, our guys? I think we need to meet a 9 since we're on the road.
That seems the most reasonable to me because that would be moderately strenuous activity such as travel.
And I'm treating an injury, correct?
Yeah.
So I get to roll 7 dice. Oh. Ouch. Kill some ones. I still make it, but...
You just surpass it.
12.
Okay. So you're injury free
Okay.
and you have full health.
And that took 4 hours.
That took 4 hours, yeah. So that's fine. So, a few people pass you on the road, and you're getting glares and dirty looks. It's pretty obvious that the rumor that the Mechanist killed Danet villagers has spread, and so everybody thinks you're really suspicious.
So I take the signature, I cover the signature that I'm with Mechanist and ride apart from the group.
So you're going to cover the Mechanist sigil?
Yes.
I am okay with my life.
Okay. So as you're riding apart from everybody else, since they don't think you're affiliated, you hear lots of whispers and conversation and rumors.
Cool. I would like to.
So you can roll awareness to see if you
yeah.
find any of those.
Traitor.
You need me to listen in. I'm not very good at talking. 8, 9, 10. No. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got a 12.
Got a 12?
Yep.
Okay. Roll 2d6s.
2 d6s?
Yep.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit. You know
That
what?
too.
Pair of ones?
Yeah.
Okay, so you hear the rumor, somebody says, I hear the Fox Knight has been spotted south of here along the King's Road. He's never come so far north before, but I've yet to hear he's robbed anyone.
Well, that's useless information. You motherfucker! I've heard that already!
It does tell you that he is known for robbing
But it's
people.
so bad that it would be a lie.
Hmm?
That was how
Yeah.
bad the roll was, that you just got lied to hard, bud.
That was for which one? Which one?
Oh, I thought you meant for how good the quality
not
of the
good. Not
information
good, not
was.
good.
Okay.
If I was going for quality, I'd give you something that's even less helpful. Because I
Fox
could tell
Knight
you
learned to
something
fly the other day.
less helpful.
I heard that there's going to be a tourney in King's Landing.
Right?
Yeah, no, that's exactly pretty much what I rolled.
Okay.
It's like the people in Skyrim.
Useless.
So
I used to be an adventurer like you. I took an arrow to me.
So as you are getting into the afternoon traveling, you come across 3 young noblemen. They're like 18, 19, 20. And so they have a sigil, but you don't automatically recognize it, so you can roll knowledge education to see if you know,
I got
what
10.
the sigil is. You don't succeed.
What?
You don't know the sigil.
Okay, kill the 2 lowest. 20.
Okay, you do succeed.
I'd like to tell everyone, so go ahead.
Okay, so you know that they're from House Claviger. And House Claviger is a fairly minor house in the Riverlands.
In Riverlands.
Yeah.
Okay.
So their lands are kind of situated next to Harrenhal, if you know where that is. Most of you do, or Frapples doesn't. But that's fine.
Yeah.
So as they're walking, they look at you and they seem to be quite haughty. And they say, "What are you doing here, you murderers?"
Again, I'm away from the group.
Yes, you are.
We heard that you're cravens and you kill peasants.
Away from the group. Don't look at
I
me.
would like to persuade them that we didn't.
Okay, so you're going to be talking
Whoa, time out. Can I just say something? Argaius, you should legit get in on this shit. You should make some rolls here and be like, you really want to mess with this right now? Like, legit.
I don't want to scare them if we think they're murderers. If they look like they're gonna hurt Bob, then I will slaughter them.
Right, that's what I'm
Thank
saying.
you.
So, you engage in intrigue with the oldest claviger, Donwald.
Okay.
So
Persuasion.
both of you need to roll status.
Convince.
So you're going to use persuasion to convince. Okay, both of you need to roll status.
So I get status +1, so this will be 11, 12, 14, 15.
Man, I hope we get to
Okay,
fight
so you
here.
beat his status. So then, what are you using for disposition?
So the one that gives +3 persuasion is friendly,
+3 persuasion is friendly, yeah.
and then what's the one that does +5?
Affectionate.
Affectionate.
But friendly and affectionate give only 2 defense rating in return. against
Affectionate.
injuries. Affectionate? Okay, so you're going to roll with 1 defense
Gonna
rating.
one-shot this bastard.
Alright.
Gonna
So-
hit on him.
So roll...
Hey, sexy beast. We're innocent.
Roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion, and then so that'll be that +2. Okay. So and then I kill one of these. 6, 10, 12.
Okay, so you hit him, but you don't get a degree of success. So then what's your persuasion?
We have not stolen or killed.
What's your... or that's good. But what's your persuasion rank?
3.
3. Okay, and then...
Persuasion mod +5.
I think you have
so
the
that's
wrong group, is what you should
8.
say.
Hmm?
These are not the droids you're looking for.
And his defense rating is 5 because he dislikes you. Because he thinks you're a turd.
God damn, everyone hates
And
us.
so you hit for 3, and so his composure
Yeah,
is
yeah.
from 6 to 3. So he
Sweet.
now has 3 composure. So he responds, and he's actually going to use... He's going to use his cunning, which actually doesn't make sense because he only has 2 cunning, but he's going to use insight because what he wants to do is humiliate you. So he's going to continue to insult you. He rolls an 8. What's your intrigue defense?
13.
Okay, so he doesn't affect you. He's like, well, you're a turd.
Yes.
Your mom!
Yeah, basically, your mom isn't killing or stolen.
That is true.
So now it's your turn.
You're right, and neither have we.
Bob, just remember, we could totally fuck these guys up. Just remember, we could win.
But these guys are going to King's Landing, and we don't want to get them and be like, hey, we killed all the people that were supposed to come here.
They're being very hardy. They're like, we're emissaries of the king, sent out
Not if they're dead.
to gather nobles, to gather local nobles and invite them to the tourney.
No one will know. We just hide their bodies.
That's not how this works. We're going to convince them again.
Okay.
Troops, I bet you're great at hiding dead bodies.
That's really messed up.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll just feed them to my shadow
I like
cat.
that.
I'm good at
plus
it, too.
11. 13.
Okay, so you hit. And then that's 4. I don't think you get a degree of success.
I think it does the
Sure,
exact
no,
same
you
thing
do
as
not.
last time.
So yeah, everything happens like that last time, so now his composure is 0. So what did you say to him?
I said to him, my mother has not stolen or killed, and neither have we.
And so the guy...
I have a
They
stick up
look-
my butt. I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
They look...
Stick up my butt.
Who put the sticks up their butt?
So the three of them kind of look at each other and they start to hang their heads a little bit.
You're not with us.
No, you know that part in Guardians of the Galaxy where Rocket's on Groot's back? That's what I assume what me and our guys are like sometimes.
So the three Clavigor boys kind of look at each other, and it's fairly obvious that under all of their suave, they're just young idiots, who thought that just because they're sent out as messengers, they got to bully people for free. And so they're like,
that in high school.
yeah. So they're like, I guess they're just very flustered and embarrassed now. And so they just try to like sneak off around you and escape.
And they run into
No,
me.
I want to find them. I don't want them to escape.
And then what?
I want to find them. I want to use my awareness and not let them escape.
They're just gonna continue. They're headed in the opposite direction from you guys because they're running around apparently, from holding to holding, telling lords about the tourney if they haven't known yet.
So I shouldn't go after them.
And then they run into me, and we can start our fight.
You see them from half a mile away, and they're dead. And they explode.
Is there a dragon in there?
Well, I'm just happy to see you.
Is there a dragon in there?
Okay.
Is that
Well,
a
that
dragon?
was-
Are you excited to see me?
That was a fairly uneventful...
That was.
Intrigue.
That could have gone a lot worse.
Were you expecting it to go a lot worse?
I was expecting you to fight them.
There's a reason why we have Bob with us, guys.
I was kind of thinking that Hubot wouldn't be apart from the group and he would be there. And
if he
before
was-
you had a chance to really try to intrigue him, you just
By the
gonna
way,
start
I was
shooting him?
hardcore thinking, maybe I'll just slip off my horse here, draw my arrow, and just put one through their body. Because they can't do nothing. Our guys will just be like, oh, are we fighting now?
Smash!
Okay, well, that escalated slowly.
That didn't escalate at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Just keep touching my foot, and I get really
I'm
worried.
playing footsie with Fieldbot over here.
So,
Sorry.
So you continue traveling that day,
Yes.
and nothing especially eventful happens. And so that evening you get to another inn. And you've been traveling for quite a long time at this point, because I've been kind of stretching how long this has been taking. So you know that you're fairly close to King's Landing at this point. You should only have like 1 or maybe 2 more days of travel before you get there. And so this is the last big inn before you get into King's Landing. So this inn is called the Great Stag, and it's much larger than Dag's Inn. The owner is a widow named Marta Taverner, and she has 3 kitchen girls serving staff that work for her. Huh?
These
How
are
old?
not good questions for you to
The girls are all 17, 18.
I'm really disappointed in you right now. You didn't know that.
Continue.
You're an adult male.
Right, I'm not 20. Got it. Okay. Continue.
So,
Doesn't really. Oh, okay.
so yeah.
He said 18.
Yeah.
That's like 2 years away from me. Continue.
Oh my goodness. This is...
Continue.
I need more
So,
of this.
yeah, that's all.
Oh, that's all? Oh,
That's
okay.
all. I'm assuming you guys are just going to walk in and try to stay the night? Because it is evening. You should
Yes, I'd
think
like to
about
walk
that, yeah.
in and ask the proprietor for 4 rooms, please.
Okay, she says, okay, that will be, 80 silver stags apiece.
Last time was 75. Sure, sounds good.
Very good. Okay. So, as she's, getting your room keys, I guess,
Wait, we'd also like dinner.
Okay. Yeah.
How much?
So, what did we do last time? 10 silver
10.
stags apiece? So, yeah, same rate.
That's really good for being close to King's Landing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I assumed.
That would be like 500
Yeah, I thought so too. I was really prepared to be like, alright, Bob, your turn again.
No, I'm cool with that. Okay, this time.
So as she's chatting you up and getting you guys your food and signaling to her waitresses to get you guys food, she talks a lot how she inherited the tavern or the inn from her late husband Sten, and Sten apparently fought in Robert's Rebellion under Robert's banner, and she especially talks about how Sten saw Sten saw Robert slay Rhaegar before he died, although that is impossible for her to know, honestly, because she wasn't there. But she nevertheless says it to anyone who cares to listen, and even to people who don't care to listen.
I would like to ask her if Adam Dennett has been through.
Okay. I believe...
I'd like to know if the Fox Knight has been through.
Good luck
I
with that.
don't believe Adam Dannett stopped in. Adam Dannett didn't stop in. Not to the Great Stag. And she doesn't remember. I'm not gonna make you guys roll for those.
Perhaps our guidance could refresh you.
Marta doesn't remember anything about a Fox Knight.
Okay.
Oh, you asked? I was just kind of joking, but cool.
You asked.
Does anyone know what his face looks like, the Fox Knight?
The Fox Knight? He's pretty tall and he's kind of wiry.
That's his
and
What
he's
star,
still
guys?
How tall?
Nope.
6'3".
Okay, so I'm significantly taller.
Yeah, you're still taller,
How tall is our
but
guy?
he's still taller. He's
6'10".
6'10".
Oh, God.
But most people, 6'3" is quite tall.
Yeah.
especially.
That's true.
You should hear about Argaius' battle against his most famous enemy, a doorway.
All
Okay.
doorways.
Hashtag all doorways.
Hashtag that doorway life.
So the 3 serving girls are around. Their
I didn't
names.
say anything this time.
They're around. Their names are Elise, Patrice, and Lana. And there's a lot of people in the inn. It's fairly busy. Lots of small folk hovering around. If you guys sit down and listen, you might be able to hear some more rumors about what they're talking about. But otherwise, the only really interesting person is there seems to be a mercenary type looking guy hanging out, drinking a lot, and seems to be celebrating something. Seems to be quite flush with cash.
Oh, I would love to talk to him.
I look at Bob and gesture towards the guy while scouting out a seat just within earshot.
Well, he holds Healbot's shoulder and just says, "This way!"
I would like to perform a deception on this drunk man.
Okay, he's not drunk yet.
Oh.
I'd like
but
to
he's
make him
certainly
drunk.
drinking.
Well, time out. I'd like to sit down next to him and buy him a drink and ask him what seems to be what. Do you have any glorious details to tell me?
You should ask his name first.
What's her name, lad?
Okay, so he tells you his name is Hamish Flowers, although he goes by Ham, and that he doesn't have any particular stories to tell. He's just a sellsword trying to make his way in the world.
You seem to be making quite a good deal of yourself in this world.
He's like, yes, I've had a lot of success recently. I've had a couple of good jobs, but always looking for more, if you get my meaning.
I understand. I've heard that there are some soldiers near. I've heard that there's quite a large bounty on this Fox Knight. Have you ever heard of him?
He kind of dodges the question.
I'm assuming Fox Knight does have quite a large bounty on him, by the way.
Probably. He's certainly wanted for the King's Justice.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But nothing specific.
And then I bring my voice down and kind of nudge him. I also heard that he's willing to give you quite a pretty prize to work for him. Do you get my meaning?
He doesn't say anything super specific, but he does wink at you and pick up his sack of coins and drop it a couple of times, and hears the heavy thunk. And he's like, well, I don't know about such specific things, but I certainly have gotten well off of different patrons before.
Okay. Raising my voice again, I say, well, you seem to be a man of my kind. Why don't I have a drink with you and buy you one? I slapped down some coin and asked the bartender for another set of drinks.
Okay, so he very hastily agrees. I mean, obviously, he's not going to drink that drink. And his disposition to you goes from amiable to friendly.
Awesome. While drinking, we kind of just talk about different kinds of things we've done. Different kinds of...
I exploded a wolf, you know.
Yeah. Like, we talk about different kinds of battles we've had and, like, the different kinds of things we've done. The fun things, like, nothing bad. And then I ask him... I bring down my tone again and ask him... I'm kind of at a loss for... Again, my Mechanist is covered. I don't look like I belong to any kingdom.
Yeah.
I ask him, I'm kind of at a loss for looking for work right now, and you seem to have found quite a good thing. Is there any way you can get me in on working with this, you know?
He says, well, I split off from his group, in the last couple of days, so I don't know where he is now, and I'm out of work myself and looking for more.
Do you know what way he was headed?
I think he said King's Landing, last I checked.
King's Landing is quite big, though.
He also goes into, when you're talking tales, he does start bragging about doing some easy jobs and killing some peasants. And he does admit to working to the Fox Knight. He also gives you some sort of, indication that the Fox Knight had him help kill the other mercenaries in their sleep, because for whatever reason the Fox Knight thought Ham was loyal to the Targaryens.
Is Ham the guy's name?
Yeah, it's Hamish Flowers.
Got
it's
it.
Ham Flowers. And that's important because Flowers is the bastard last name for Reach bastards. So, which is where the Fox Knight House Arcade was in the Reach.
You seem to be a quite good man. Can I introduce you to a friend of mine?
Yeah, he says, I'm certainly willing to meet anyone, especially if they need someone working for them.
Yeah, he's a man who I'm currently working for. He's currently paying me to get him to this tourney over in I forgot what the name is, King's Landing. His name is Daniel. Hey Daniel, come here a minute.
Okay, I'll go over.
Okay.
Hello.
If you can get more information out of him, you should try.
And Ham just kind of sizes you up and greets you.
So where are you from?
He's just from everywhere around, you know.
I wasn't asking you.
Starting intrigue against each other. No.
Fight. Die.
He tells you he's been around. He's been around a lot.
I think you
Riverlands, Stormlands, Reach. He's really a traveling bastard.
You should try and get information about. I've gotten quite a bit about Fox Knight, but I feel like you can kind of decimate him.
Okay. I would like to roll deception,
Okay.
and we are.
We're emissaries of the king.
No, we're looking for Fox Knight or something like that.
We've been working for the Fox Knight to deliver some information to him, but he's disappeared. Where can we find him?
Okay. I'm gonna make you start the intrigue now. Well,
For deception?
no, not for that one. Roll.
I'll be bluffing.
Roll. Just roll whatever your normal deception is. I'm
Normal.
not gonna make you start the intrigue yet.
Okay. 13.
13?
Not
Oh,
good.
no, 11. I'm sorry, 11.
11? Okay.
That's not good at all.
No.
He once again says that he doesn't know where the Fox Stand is specifically, but that the last he talked to him, he was heading towards King's Landing
Aye.
on his horse.
Do you know where he was headed inside King's Landing?
You roll.
Do you know where he was headed inside King's Landing?
You rolled persuasion.
I will convince.
I didn't do it.
15.
Okay.
Much better.
He says, no, but I don't think he would be staying in town. I would think he would stay on the outskirts in the woods, probably looking to rob and poach more traveling small folk.
Was he with anyone besides you?
Roll. Roll persuasion.
5. God.
I think that's a no. This is just like, I don't think you would want to talk to them. They're dead.
Ah, that would make sense. After all, you did kill him in
Pull
their
out
sleep.
the sword. Killbot, pull out the Borellian sword.
I just again pulled it out and set it on the table. Have you seen this before?
I'll go ahead and roll for persuasion. Persuasion on that?
Persuasion, dear.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
I got a 10.
I can do better than that.
Okay.
15.
He basically just tells you that was on one of the Baratheon men that the Fox Knight had hired. That he does recognize it, and that he
Is Intimidate a special ability, or is it just another
Intimidate
use?
is a special ability, but you don't necessarily need it to use Intimidate. It just helps intimidate.
Guys, do you have Intimidate?
No.
Troops has Intimidate. What's your
Our
persuasion?
guys doesn't have
No, I don't think
Intimidate?
she has Intimidate. I think she just used Intimidate.
Why does our guys not have Intimidate?
I would like to intimidate this fellow. I would like to ask if he knows what happened to my old clan.
Okay.
So I only have 3 for persuasion, because it's a special persuasion.
Mhm.
Okay. So that would be 12, 14.
So how do you intimidate him? Do a little bit more roleplay here. Mike.
Sounds like you're interested in killing people. I knew a group of people that died all of a sudden. They were pretty close to House Mechanist. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that a couple of years back.
Nice village you have there. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. He says, no, I've never traveled that far north.
Alright, well, I accept that we
Empathy.
can't get anything more out of this man, so I slap down another coin and give him another drink, and then I tell him I have to head to bed now, otherwise I'll be drunk in the morning.
He uses the coin to buy the ale, and then he leans forward and he says, you know who I think hired the Fox Knight?
I would love to know.
Alfred Dannett.
Do you know why?
Alfred was the father.
What's your thoughts on that? Why?
Who stands to gain the most from a war between the Dannets and the Mechanists?
Your mom.
Those damn mechanists always sticking their nose in other people's business.
If the Dannets have the drop on them, especially if the Mechanists are exposed to the King's justice, the Dannets would be able to take over Mechanist lands quite easily.
That's a pretty good thought on their part. Maybe, you know who gets the best pay when there's a war on, right? You and I. We get the best pay. We just gotta pick who's gonna win.
He nods and raises his ale and cheers.
I walk away from the table.
You're going to bed?
Yep. No, I walk... Who else is in this room?
No one
I'm kind of in the corner listening.
I go and sit down with
Really
this
just
dark
a whole
ass.
bunch of small folk. You can roll awareness to see if you pick any rumors up from the small folk, but if you try to talk to any of them, they're not going to really know anything.
Yeah, can I roll an awareness just to see if I've overheard any rumors during this?
Go for it, all of you can.
Ooh, I got a 20.
Okay.
13. 11. Sorry, 11. 21. I got a 21 because I get +1 to my rolls.
Which one is it?
What'd you roll?
I haven't
I got
got
21.
awareness.
You have a 21 too? Dang it, our guy is always rolling the same as I do.
13.
13, and you succeed as well.
Base awareness is cunning. So it says from keen senses I get to add cunning to base awareness. So does that mean I roll dice for cunning and awareness?
Okay.
Does
sure.
that? I don't know.
No, I think so. That is what that means.
So that means I roll 9 dice.
Jesus, go for it.
Whoa, why does he roll 9 dice?
7.
He has
So I
a
have
really
keen
good
senses.
Shit, I only rolled 10. Oh wait, I rolled 10, never mind.
I only rolled 10.
A lot of ones though.
But you only get to count how many of those?
Probably just the awareness one.
Yeah.
But it says add cunning to base awareness. What's your base awareness?
2?
No, like my awareness rating is 4. Is that my base awareness?
I would guess that would be your base awareness.
So does that mean that I add
so
that?
like before any bonus die or anything like that?
Yeah, that's...
Just
that's
roll 9
what it is.
dice.
9 dice.
Just roll 9
And
dice.
tell me how many degrees of success.
That was a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 18, 24.
Okay, so you all succeed. So I'm just gonna...
Yeah, we all
pull out
succeed.
Some rumors here.
Juicy
You
rumors.
heard all those. You hear that Nathan Lugas will be taking part in the tournament. He appears to be the heir to House Lugas. And he has yet to wed. And that he's a capable knight, though he seems to be unliked.
Man, we've heard way too many rumors. You know that part in Skyrim when you look at how many like side quests you have and you're like, oh, I can't do any of those because I don't know what any of those mean. That's where we are right now.
You hear one person say, bandits are getting bolder along the King's Road. Bodies turned up about a day or two north of here. And not just travelers, but armed men. They were waylaid and left as a feast for the crows.
Sounds about right.
You also hear young Adam Dannett might have fire and determination, but those traits won't deflect a lance coming at him full tilt. I think the lad is in for a thrashing at the turning, and he'd better look to his own skin, since he's the only heir of his house now that his sister vanished.
That'd be pretty douchey still.
Our guys.
And then the final rumor you hear is trouble is brewing between House Dannett and House Mechanist. Mark my words. Not the usual sort of trouble, mind, but possibly open war, depending on what the king chooses to do about this attack on House Dannett's people and lands.
We've got to talk to the king, guys.
Who's king right now?
Huh?
Who's king right now?
Yeah, Bob, you talk to the king.
King Robert Baratheon.
Okay.
Guys, he's friendly to the north.
It's true.
Okay.
Quite.
So.
Okay, so... So you guys going to bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is they, okay.
At least me and Healbot are.
I'll go to bed.
How much did we spend? That was 80 per person, 80, 160, 340.
I would like to wait before you do that. I would like to ask the what's her name? Marta Tavenger, if she would let me pay for my room in the wolf pelts that I've cleaned and carried with me.
Okay. Roll persuasion.
What is she doing?
I don't know.
She's trying to barter.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
She looks at the pelts and she's unimpressed.
We gotta clean these.
One of them still
no, they're
smells.
clean.
Yeah.
They're just she doesn't really know what to do with them, and she's just not impressed by them.
Are there any traders in the inn?
Any what?
Traders or
Traders like merchants?
Yeah.
No, there's no
We're
merchants.
almost at town. There should be
Yeah,
merchants.
you're
That's
almost
true,
at
we're
town.
almost
There'll
out
be
of
plenty
town.
of people in there.
Card game every day.
Okay. So everybody goes to bed?
Nighty night.